Well, hello everybody, it's me, Mitch. I'm doing a video that I hope will be helpful for you. This is something I've done twice over a year, and I'm going to do it again about every 6 months. I'm going to call this my July 2024 kitchen update. You know, I like to philosophize, I like to talk about theory, I like to talk about injustice, I like to talk about a lot of things, but in reality, most of you are here to learn how to do carnivore. You're here to learn how to execute the carnivore diet. And the most important things, after the considerations of learning what to eat, of getting the temptations out of your life, is how do I shop? What foods do I look for? How do I prepare them? What schedule do I eat on? And just about the entire thing revolves around your kitchen, because you're not going out to eat much. You're preparing your own meals like humans have done since the beginning of time. We've gotten away from that, but we need to get back. I've talked many times about the pitfalls and the things that will throw you off of this lifestyle. And one of them is not simplifying your life, making it easy, convenient, as little work as possible to prepare your own food. And again, it revolves around the kitchen. So I'm going to just take you on a quick little tour, nothing fancy, to show you what I have in gadgets, in food, in appliances, in utensils. You don't need all of this, but you may find so much of what I found to be useful. Make it easier, more pleasant in both preparing and eating the food. So take a little stroll with me around my kitchen. Here we go. This is my sous vide setup. Consists of two different items. The container, which comes with the lid, the rack, and holds the water, and the tall black thing, which is the immersion circulator, which heats the water to within 1/10 of a degree. And that's how sous vide works. You cook the food to the temperature that you want as a final internal doneness, and you cannot overcook. Over here is my WeVac CV12 vacuum sealer. It's almost a commercial grade chamber vacuum sealer. I made some videos about it. You don't need something like this, but boy, is it great to have when you're a carnivore. Here's my trusty Ninja 7-in-1 air fryer with the grill plate with its own heating element. This is the newest one. Last I looked, it was still on sale. All the links are on my webpage, oldguycarnivore.com. Stuff I use. Great air fryer. You got to have some good frying pans. There's two of them that I use. I use this one, which is the Dubai carbon steel 11-inch and the Mueller 12-inch stone ceramic. I use this one for meats and to sear meats. I use this one for omelets and bacon. I use this one, I do pork rind coated fish, salmon patties, fried shrimp. That's all you need, 2 frying pans. You need some good knives. You need some good knives, and I've got a couple of good chef's knives that I used to eat steak with. This one on the website, $40, sharp as a razor. It's great. It's great when you eat. It's great when you eat off of a wood plate. with a big knife like this picture right here I'm going to show you. Adds to the experience. Adds to the experience. Those are the major things that I use. Those are the main kitchen appliances, pots and pans, knives. You don't need much else. Some things are handy to have. I look down here in the cabinet. We've got a meat grinder. Very handy thing to have. Grind up hamburger. I grind it up with bacon. Grinding your own hamburger is great. You know exactly what's in it. I've got a couple of new Mueller pans I bought when they were on sale. I try to take advantage of all the sales, whether it's on food or stuff I use. There's the grill plates and the griddle plate from my Ninja air fryers. There's my first two basket Cosori air fryers, one of which had a recall, so I ended up with two. But I don't use those at all. They're relegated to the closet. Got a splatter screen down here, got a blowtorch down here. Stuff that I use every once in a while. Up in my cabinets up here, I've got pork rind crumbs, some seasoning, some Malden smoked salt, bunch of old barbecue sauce I bought years ago, sugar-free, which are horrible and taste like shit, and I need to throw them out. Don't use that. Don't use that much at all. My microwave, got my coffee maker. In the freezer, I have a rack of ribs that's frozen here. I have a big freezer, well, not big, 5 cubic foot freezer out in my shop outside where I store most of my meat and other things. But this is kind of stuff I'm going to eat in the near future, all except for the 30 plus pounds of bacon that I keep on hand at all time. But in here, I've got some ribs. I'm going to make another batch of those sous vide ribs here in a couple of days. I got a chuck roast. I got chicken wings. Got a steak, and as soon as I eat this, I'll bring in another half dozen steaks from outside. Got a bunch of burger. In the door of the freezer, I've got fish. Got some cod, some wild caught cod, some wild caught salmon, some smoked salmon. That's left of a bag of frozen shrimp, and that's it. In my refrigerator, relatively empty. In the door, there's nothing, basically. A bacon grease catcher, which is the handiest thing of all times. This is something I recommend to anybody that cooks bacon, because I use bacon grease to fry. This will capture about 2 quarts, and it filters it when you pour it in there. When it gets full, I take it, I heat it up enough to melt all the bacon grease. I pour it into these 1 quart plastic, kind of like the containers you get wonton soup in. Buy them on Amazon. They're very cheap. Come in packages of 20 or so. Up here, I have generally always plenty of eggs on hand, plenty of bacon on hand. Went to Sam's this morning and picked up some chicken wings, and I found some marked down New York strips that were very thick and very heavy. I'm talking over a pound a piece, and they looked pretty good for $9 a steak. So I figured, well, let's buy those. Why not? I'll vacuum seal those with the WeVac vacuum sealer. I'll separate the chicken wings into flats and drums, portion them out, and vacuum seal them too, and put them in the freezer. Always keep San Pellegrino in the refrigerator. And that's all there is for my refrigerator. That's it. Now, let's go over here to my pantry. My pantry, where I keep all of my food in my pantry. A lot of people have walk-in pantries. First of all, let's get rid of these. They're not food. They're glasses cleaners. And we can take the pork rinds out because they're big and they get in the way. And here's a jar that I keep where when I'm done with these big jars, there's always crumbs and little pieces. I throw them in this jar. When this gets full, I'll get the food processor out, something I use once a year, maybe, and I will chop them up and make pork rind crumbs out of them. So let's see what we have in my pantry here. Let's see what food items I keep. Where are all the bags of snacks and crackers? Where are the canned? Where's all the canned goods? Where do you keep all that stuff, Mitch? Well, I don't. There's not a carbohydrate in the house other than in some lemon juice, which I haven't used in years, because I used to make lemon juice and water when they told me that would help with my kidney stones. Don't know if it helped, but I've got all that left over and I don't use it anymore. What I do have in here is a bag of pork rinds. I have about 10 pounds of this Himalayan pink salt. Got a little bit of iodized salt, which I don't really use for anything anymore. I've got some ancient fine sea salt, Redmond's salt, Redmond's real salt, they call it. Got a couple of old bottles of olive oil that have been here probably for years and probably need to be thrown out. Little baking soda, plenty of tuna. That's kind of like my hurricane food. Another jar of these pork rind crumbs. I keep another jar over the sink. I've got some clarified ghee, grass-fed, that I get on Amazon. I've got some wild salmon that I use for my salmon cakes that I get on Amazon. I've got some wild-caught anchovies and wild-caught sardines here that I mix with an omelet once in a while. And that's it. That's my food. That's the supply of food that I keep in the house. The rest of what's in this big cabinet or pantry here is 2 air fryers, some old vacuum sealers. That's my Z-Star. That is my 551, the 6-in-1 Ninja. I have a crock pot. I have a meat slicer, which I don't use since Sam's Club stopped selling decent salamis whole. Down at the bottom here, stuff. Just stuff, vacuum sealer bags, some bottled water and coffee. And that's it. And that is all the secrets that are hidden in my kitchen and everything that I need to do this carnivore lifestyle. There is one cabinet I haven't shown you yet, and that's this cabinet here. And this is where I keep a lot of my gadgets and little things that I need to keep track of. Things like oven, silicone oven type mitts to grab hot things. My thermometer that I use to tell whether the grease is hot in the pan or virtually anything. I have some funnels in here. Up here I have my hamburger press, my digital scale for weighing out grams, my silicone sous vide bag. When I don't want to vacuum seal something, I just want to do it with an immersion method. That's really all about it. It's the simplest lifestyle known to man. It's also the oldest lifestyle known to man. And there you have it. There you have it, and there you have me in my kitchen once every 6 months going through this state of my kitchen and what I use, telling you that I have links to all this stuff on my website at oldguycarnivore.com through my Amazon affiliate account, and I appreciate it so much when all of you use those links if you think you want to buy this stuff and make your life a little more convenient, as I've found out that these things do. So with that, I'm going to close this out. You know what to do. Take the rest of the day off and eat meat.